Some of them will just, you know, kind of remain in history.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, we got a new match going on here.
Oh, and we have a mirror match here between Foxy and paulypaul. Kasumi in her brand new black costume on the left, as you can see, played by Foxy, and paulypaul, you know, he's also in the classic blue costume, something that's very iconic for Kasumi.
Yeah, she's had that around since DOA 1.
Really?
Yep, that is her oldest standing costume. That's pretty much
a classic. I would miss it if it wasn't there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, every time somebody thinks of DOA, you know, the first thing I think is Kasumi in the blue outfit.
The reason do you recall back when they were promoting, it was either DOA 3 or DOA 4, they had a commercial, and Kasumi was the commercial, and it was a bunch of guys playing the game, and Kasumi kicks really high. And
yes, I think everybody who was around remembers that commercial. She kicks high. Oh, if you haven't seen that on YouTube, I recommend looking it up sometime. That is one of the best commercials ever made.
Yeah, just to give it just, basically it's a bunch of guys sitting around the couch with their jaws dropped, watching Kasumi bounce around, and all they could say at the end of it was, "She kicks high."
Pretty much. Yeah.
But we all know what they're really thinking is about Kasumi's beautifulness. And you know what? I love the remodeling they've done for Kasumi.
Yeah, she does look a lot better now. Once again, I think it really helps that the characters have their own real skin tone instead of that plastic look they had before.
Yeah, and even their hair tones have become less kind of colorful and more realistic. You see her hair, you know, it used to be way more auburn, way more red.
Yeah, now it's...
She's almost a brunette now.
Yeah, she is basically a brunette at this point. Oh, and here we're going to do a quick reset of the system here, so just bear with us. But,
yeah, I love seeing these slight changes. You know, even Zach, he's kind of, even his skin tone is turned down, and they really kind of changed so many things up. They said they toned down the sexiness, you know, they've made some of the breast size smaller, stuff like that. You know, they really make a lot of...
some bigger. much bigger. Like much bigger.
I take it you're referring to perhaps Tina?
Maybe. I mean, could you tell?
much bigger.
Yes.
Well,
I'm still in shock over that. I'm sorry. I know I'm not the only one. I can't see the stream, guys, so I don't know what your thoughts are on it, but I'm sure half of you are loving it and half of you are just like, what the heck? Yeah.
Well, it looks like neither people are going to change up the character. We're going to have another mirror match, Kasumi versus Kasumi here. Looks like Black Mamba is kind of keeping an eye on the consoles too. You know, it was really great play from him earlier. He popped out of nowhere. He's here for MLG to go to Mortal Kombat and all the other tournaments, and he showed up here. You know, that is really amazing that, you know, he can just pop up out of nowhere and still be that good to win and get top 2 at this tournament.
Yeah, it really is, and you know, this was the old days. I'd almost put money on him to win the whole thing, and, you know, maybe he will. Maybe he'll show us all.
Yeah, that would be really awesome. But getting back into this match, Foxy versus paulypaul. Once again, Foxy's in the black and Pauly is in the classic iconic blue suit from Kasumi. And you know what? It's pretty even between the two of these guys.
It seems to be so far, and well, Kasumi mirror matches, that's always kind of a toss-up because, you know, she's so fast that the first person to start attacking is the one who usually takes it all the way to the end.
Well, I think you might be right there, and Foxy is up by the lead now, 1-0. And, you know, I noticed that we're playing on infinite time. Do you think that's going to be the standard for tournaments?
No, that probably won't be the standard. I think that's just one of the things that, you know, came with the demo build here. And,
because, you know, since they're new to the game, they may not want to be timed out so fast.
Right, and there's no actual training mode with this particular version, so they didn't want to time out people who were just trying to figure out, you know, what the changes were to all the characters.
Well, there may not be a training mode, but they do have this new setting where you can turn on the move list, and each time you perform a certain punch or kick, it'll tell you right on your screen, now you have the potential of doing this combo.
Yes, it will actually show you It'll show you all the different frame data for those of you who are competitive out there. It'll show you all the different strings that your character has. You can scroll through them in real time without having to pause the game and go through everything. So it's a really neat feature, and
That's
one that
something I haven't seen in DOA.
No, that's something I haven't seen in a lot of fighting games at all. So that is something I hope becomes the standard in the future.
You can tell that the people behind Tecmo are really paying attention to what it is that this game needs.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they first included something like this in Dead or Alive Dimensions, and you know, it made no sense to get rid of it. It was such a popular feature, so thankfully they have brought it back.
That is very smart on their part. And there's goes Kasumi with a nice counter to take that 3-1